Hey guys, welcome to the Model Citizen Podcast. We're your hosts, Hunter and Michaela. We are so excited to have you here. All right, let's dive in. Welcome to the Model Citizen
Hello, everyone.
Podcast.
Welcome.
Good morning. It's
Mom.
so good to be here with you girls. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
This is so fun.
Just
What a
diving
time, huh?
in
What a
with
time
us,
to be
dude.
alive.
Yeah,
No
we have
introduction.
no introduction needed. We have a very special guest on today. We are doing a little Mother's Day special episode, and we thought who better to bring on than our very own birth giver, our life giver. She carried us for 9 months,
And it was a bitch. but-
and it was a bitch.
You know what? And sometimes I
let's be
question.
authentic.
It was a bitch, Mom.
It was a bitch. It was all a bitch. Being a mom is great. It's
Yeah.
been an honor and
You're
my
like, being
joy
a
and
mom
privilege.
is a bitch.
Being a mom's a bitch.
Um,
No, it's a
I will
beautiful,
say-
beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing.
There's plenty of times though I question if the mailman looked like
like-
Michaela,
Right?
is what I have to say.
Did,
Okay.
did you have a very
Sometimes
handsome?
you have to take your secrets to the grave, honey.
and you know what?
But there's one secret I'm not going to take to
There's
the
one
grave,
secret
and that's my skincare.
my skincare.
Because that's why we're here talking about it today.
That is. Listen, if
And
you guys
Mother's
wonder
Day,
where
we're
we
gonna
get
circle to
yeah, if you wonder where we get our ability to do a good
Hook.
a good hook, it's from this one right here.
It's Miss Brynja McGrady. And guys, we have
Aw.
to take a pause here because this episode is sponsored by Olay, which I've worked with for, oh my God, the last, 10 years, 15
Mhm.
years? I don't even know. So long because it is the tried and true. It feels like full circle for us because this was the product that I and Michaela and my mom, like we were all first introduced to when it comes to our skincare journey. And I fully get, and we're going to get into that, but you know, it's not going to be like, oh, a sponsored up. Like we're going to get into the nitty gritty too. We're going to ask Mom some really just unhinged
I hope
questions.
they're hard hitting.
They're unhinged, honestly. You
Also,
guys-
it's hilarious because my husband uses it and my nanny. And so anytime I get a PR mailer from Olay, it is like a fight of literally, it's like, who's it going to go to first? Is it going to go to me? I have to sometimes literally be like, guys, I have to talk about the product first and then
Right.
y'all can duel it out because
right. But I
it's-
feel like that's always anytime you get an Olay mailer from them. If I'm
Yeah.
there, it's me, it's you, it's Brian, it's the kids. We're all going for it. And you guys know that this is so true. Like we have been Olay users as long as I can remember. Okay.
the little
It's
red
like-
jar.
Little red jar goes back so far in my memory.
But it was pink.
And that's why this was so exciting though, because this
Oh, yeah.
collab was like literally perfection because we
And
just
Mom,
love it so much.
I have to keep reminding Mom because now here's the thing is that she's going to at one point say it's oil of Olay. Now they dropped the oil back
Right.
in the day. Okay. But
know
oil
why.
of Olay is iconic because that's what we saw
Yes.
grandma and you having on your counters, which we'll get into. But I just want to show you guys really quickly. So there's two products that I'm going to talk about. These are my favorite. These are the Olay Super Serum. And then this is the Olay Regenerist Micro Sculpting. And now here's the
I
thing.
love that one.
This
That's
is
the one
my
I've been-
jar. This is my jar.
Mhm.
But do you see how much is left? Hardly any because, well, let's see. My husband left a little bit of evidence in there. There's a nose hair in there. Cameron,
Get
why don't you
out.
take-
no.
Yeah, evidence.
No evidence
Correct.
He
against
is on the
him.
crime wall again.
Look at this.
Crime wall.
Brian.
Poor Brian.
Caught
Poor Brian.
red-handed.
For
Okay.
those who are driving and aren't watching this on their commute,
I'm
and if you are,
showing.
please don't do
Yeah.
this. Hunter's showing us a basically almost empty jar of
With
Olay
nose
Regenerist
hair.
with the biggest, longest, curliest nose hair I think I've
Well, it's
ever
not
This is
seen.
curly,
in my
going in
it's
life.
sort of a whole different direction here.
But it's like I tell him, and you know, it's like shout out to Lindsay at
Brian's long
Olay
and
who sends me stuff, and she's like, I'll send Brian his own stuff, and I'm like, thanks, Lindsay.
curlies.
And then it's like, you have the audacity. It's like, I caught you red-handed, brother. Okay. Because I don't have those nose hairs. You do. And now every time I
Right.
say to him, hey, you got a little here, or if worse, if I'm driving and there's one out of his ear, he's like, oh my God, I've reached that age. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
When you have to
But
pick it out of the ear.
Well, how many times have you just grabbed something out of your husband's ear? Because I stay grabbing just
No,
anything I see in there. And they're
What you guys need to
horrified.
travel with suction cups.
Actually, it's
Oh
not.
God,
Or like,
truly.
you
Just
know,
sucking stuff out of everything. And the babies have them. Why not get it for the dads?
a little, yeah, one of those little things.
A little,
Suck
you're
it
just
out.
driving around and you could just,
Or like, when you know how they have those things that like you will spray an insect if it's been, you know what I mean? They like you
Yeah.
shoot it really fast. Do that for their ears, kind of.
Yes. And
But
their
I also
nose
love giving
hairs.
Martin wet willies. So like, you know what I mean? Like when he's driving and
I
he
love
needs
a
to
wet willy.
concentrate, it's probably the worst time to do it.
I love
well,
a
you
wet
guys know how
willy.
to have
Brian,
fun, I'll tell
We
you
know,
what.
we know how to.
Between the nose hair and the wet willy,
We
there's
like to
something
keep it
about-
spicy.
yeah, dude. There
we've
is
been together
no drying up in this podcast. I'll tell you that much right now.
You guys have nothing. There's no filter at all here. Right?
No filter.
No,
True?
And
Is
honest,
no filter left the building
and honestly, no
Many
filter
years
needed.
ago,
5
actually.
years ago. Yeah.
May
No
I?
filter needed
No
is
filter
true.
needed.
Yes.
Because why? Because we have our Olay.
Because
Now,
we have gorgeous
really
skin.
quickly, let me get into, because I am talking
Yeah.
about my favorite 2 products. I'm going to get into your girls really quick. Like I mentioned, the Olay Super Serum, right? It is a 5-in-1 fast absorbing lightweight face serum. It's designed
Yep.
to improve skin texture, tone, firmness, hydration, fine lines, and then the Regenerist, the microsculpting cream on top of it. This is the 1-2
Yep.
punch. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the one that's going to get you that supermodel glow. I haven't had Botox in 9 months, and I don't
And we
know if
can
I
tell.
need it anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Because it has everything. It
Yeah.
has aminopeptides, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid. It hydrates, firms,
Hyaluronic acid,
plumps
yes.
skin. Honey, you better
Well, the thing
work.
is that the technology in the product has been there since the 50s, right? We know that
Yes!
this product has been tried and true. If my mother used it, it was like, okay, it's honest, it has integrity.
And
This
who
is
had better
talking-
skin than grandma?
Nobody had better skin than my mom. She was born in Iceland. I don't know that she ever really saw the sun, but I will tell you that the product that lived in all throughout Europe at the time was the oil of Olay product. Okay, so that's where it was born for us, because it came into the home, crossed the, over here we were in California, and there the Olay sat again. They're always upgrading it, which is so fascinating to me. The technology. They
Yeah.
continue to look for the best, ingredients, which is really hard to do, by the
It
way.
is. I know.
It's
Especially
not
with
easy because you
skincare.
have to know.
Yeah.
It's like, we used to say it's like putting a cake together, right? When we were developing our
Yeah.
skincare line, which, started in the kitchen and ended up in the,
In the homes of millions.
well.
Yeah,
it
mom
was-
had
it was a-
her own skincare line, which we'll get into in a little bit, but continue, mom. But yeah, so it's like, this is how passionate she's always been about skincare, and our family lineage has been about skincare. And more importantly, the science behind skincare is what I think drove you to create your own line, which is no longer around, but it's what really kind of like piloted the whole thing. Was like, whoa, what can we do with ingredients? What's the science? Like, we're a family of science believers, and like we believe that there's so much to go around. And yeah, it's been very cool to see this head on too. Remember we went to Sedona, mom, and we were able to see it together?
I
What a fun trip.
loved that time. The trip with Olay we went was the first time I think I had met the crew and the group, and it was such a family.
It looked so fun.
It was
And
so
thank you
fun.
guys
Kill, you
for
weren't
the invite, by the
there.
way. Thank you guys for the invite. I guess mine
You
got
weren't
absolutely
there.
lost in the email spam account.
What a
but no,
beautiful
yeah.
time mom and I had.
It
Keep
was
it, yeah.
beautiful.
It looked magical.
What a
you
gorgeous
guys.
time.
I mean, you guys were going over.
Something-
You guys were in ATVs.
I
You
know.
guys were
Where
in
were
Jeeps.
you?
I didn't get the invite.
The
unfortunately,
invite,
but
mom, she was personally uninvited.
I was personally
said,
disemboweled.
I said,
They said,
get.
"Don't bring that sister of yours, whatever you
Don't.
do."
Well, listen, let's talk about this too, because your skin and you had a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think
Yeah.
of anybody, you have an extremely scientific approach to skin and care of it
yeah,
more than anybody because of the challenges you had.
yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
Speak on it, because
absolutely.
you've had different
Yeah.
skin. So like, and I think that's so interesting about all of us, is that you, Michaela, have such a specific skin type, and skin has been the forefront of your world for so long because
Totally.
of your skin struggles when you were younger. So
Absolutely. I mean, I started getting horrible acne at probably 13, 14. There's not a lot of photos of me at that age because
Mhm.
I was so self-conscious about my breakouts, my acne. I had horrible cystic acne, and it left really, my skin already scars really badly.
Yeah.
So the fact that I was getting cystic acne all over my face, it was then scarring. I was picking, I was popping, I was doing all the things that you're not supposed to do because I hadn't, it was like, what's the point? I have so much of it. It doesn't really matter. And B, I just didn't have the education at that time. Like I wasn't listening to the people, mom, around me who were saying, you need to make sure that you don't pop.
Do it your way.
I wanted to do it my way. Now, fast forward.
You still want to do it your way.
I always still want to do it my way. And thank you. But no, I feel like
I do it. Anyway, go ahead.
I do it. But I was able to get on the right medications that really helped me. But also, and most importantly, I've been able to cultivate like the perfect skincare routine that you guys know I am obsessive about.
You
like,
are.
You
should be a scientist of it.
I would love to be a scientist. I am. I'm a chemist and a scientist. We all know
Let's
that.
go. Olay, let's go to like a behind the scene. Dude, let's do a
like hair nets and everything.
Yes, let's see if they'll do it for us. Like if me, you, mom, we can all go behind the scenes and we'll vlog it. We'll take it to Insta. Let's get in those, get in the trenches. That would be unreal.
Trenches. Yeah. No, but so I think that having a regular and very routine and simple skincare routine, and then like knowing it doesn't have to be $1 million. That is like the one thing that I have always been so big on. It does not have to be $1 million.
Bringing it back to the Olay product, and I'm not trying to take away from this incredible story that you're telling here that has been going on for almost an hour.
Sorry, everybody.
Mom's like, how dare you talk on your podcast?
But I'm just saying, bringing it back to the affordability of a luxury product.
Right.
And what's inside of that product. It's didn't need to be all the things that we pay for in the department stores.
I'm just giggling because I keep pulling out different drinks.
Have my diet.
No, Michaela sent me a photo this morning, Mom. Here's the thing. She sent me a photo and she goes, look at this cute.
What?
Kayla goes, look at this cute branding right here from this coffee store. And I go, oh my God, it's so cute. And then when you came in, we were FaceTiming and you're like, oh, can I have a drink? And I go, oh, I think Kayla already got you a coffee. And she goes, oh no, those are all mine. And I said, oh, there's like 2 or 3 over there. But
I just love to have a multitude of beverages.
And I know you're all set up for everything perfectly. So the only thing I forgot was my Diet Coke, but you came
and of course I came
through
with the Diet Coke.
Thank you.
Listen,
you really did.
And this is also sponsored by
well.
Diet Coke. It's a multi-sponsorship. No, but anyway, getting back to it. But yeah, I think that like the price of it is so. This is what I think has been such a barrier of entry for so many people when it comes to getting a great skincare line. Like on deck is they think that they have to spend so much money, and more money means better ingredients, better products.
Yeah.
And that's just not the case. And I feel
when did we learn that? When Mom had her own product, we would go in and we would see firsthand, we would say, okay, wait, this is the same ingredients as a very expensive, department store cream. How? And it's like, well, it's all packaging and marketing, right? And it's like, okay, so these are proven ingredients, right? So it's like one of Olay's claims is, brighter, better skin in 28 days, right? Especially when you're using, like for me, I noticed that. I noticed that because anytime before I work with the brand, I say, okay, I'm going to use this first because I cannot in good faith go to my followers and say, hey, use this because I use it if I don't use it. That is not the kind of person I am. Right. I have denied so many brand deals because I don't believe in them. And so when they say 28 days, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this to the test. I'll be damned, son, if I didn't the way that I brought this Olay Regenerist to my Sports Illustrated shoot. Can I just say, I slathered this shit on my chest, on my décolletage, on my arms, everywhere, because I was not going to be caught looking dry. You understand? Okay, guys, I'm going.
We're not going to be flaky for Sports Illustrated. Thank you.
No, we could go on and on, but I do want to kind of get into it as well. We're going to do a fun few little segments here, and this first one is, Mom, you're going to love it. It's called "You Were Right."
You
love
were
it?
right.
God, I knew there would be a day.
She knew.
It finally has
Mom,
arrived.
This is every mom's dream is when the kids are like, God, Mom, you were right about X, Y, and
you're
Z.
like, God, all those times I felt so bad and so guilty. And it's like, but one day they're going to say, Mom, You were right.
And that's
And
and
that's
we're
the
doing
day.
it publicly, which is
And
really special
this is
for her.
Crazy.
All right. I'm
So like you can
ready.
always refer back. So Mom, we're going to do it, but then
Yeah.
I also want you to do it with Grandma, with your mom, who
Okay.
rest her
Love
soul
that.
is no longer with us, but we want
Oh,
to talk
dear,
about.
she's with us every
Oh, she's
second,
with us,
believe.
isn't she?
Trust
God.
with me
In
on that,
Ava's
yes.
face, she's very with us.
Oh
Every
my
time
God,
Hunter sends
guys.
us a photo of Ava, I'm like, that's actually
That is
grandma.
so
My-
grandma.
I can't believe you gave birth to your grandmother.
My daughter, so y'all can't see my daughter because I don't post my daughter. So it really
Just
all this is a
imagine
moot point.
Hunter, but like as a
Imagine
baby.
imagine my grandmother. I have to post
Yeah.
a photo of grandma and just say, "Hey, imagine this as a baby." Okay? That's my daughter.
Mhm.
Okay, Mom was right about
Yes.
this one. Okay, what did Mom say that you ignored and now live by?
What mom, I mean, listen, mom has said so much, but I think one of the things that I wish I actually listened to when I was younger was about my credit score. She,
Oh God, I know.
she banged
Oh,
it
dude.
into our heads about our credit score. And I was like, how important could it possibly be?
Yeah.
And then come to find out it's the most important thing in the world. And
Dude,
had to
anytime I
learn-
hear-
Lives with you forever, right?
and I had to learn the hard way
Yep.
that it is very important. Now, whether I agree with it having the level of importance that it has is neither here nor there, because the reality is that it is incredibly important. And thank God I now listen to her and I have seen the wisdom in that. And it has changed my life for the better. But yeah, I definitely was like, oh, you're just being you're just being
Same.
a mom.
But they don't teach about the credit score, do they
They
today?
do now. They do now.
Oh, they
I
do?
think
Okay,
it's like
when
a
you
thing.
were going to school, both of you girls,
Mhm.
there was no
I didn't even
credit
know how to write a
score.
check.
Yeah.
You didn't know how to write a check. You didn't know about investments. I'm sure they didn't tell you how to open an
No.
investment,
No.
or
No.
Fidelity or Vanguard wasn't in the picture as far as
No.
your
There was no Roth
vocabulary.
IRA. There was no
just no education about
LLC
this.
education.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
none of that.
Yeah.
It's almost like they did that on purpose. But
I
anyway,
wonder- okay.
Hunter, what did mom say to you?
Okay,
that
so this
you-
is, and that I live by, is
Yep.
to be kind to everybody and treat everybody with the same amount of kindness. So whether that is
And you started listening to her about
When?
that? When did you start? At what point?
Excuse me?
Are you starting it now?
Excuse me? I am
No,
a,
come
lo-
on. If
I'm
you
a
ask
lovely
anyone,
person.
I am lovely. I'm a lovely hang. If you ask anybody, every time I run into somebody in the industry that has worked with Hunter, they're like, "My God, Hunter is she is just
Well,
the
because of mom
nicest
and
sweetest." Yes,
that is very
absolutely.
kind, but it's because now here's the thing. I used to grit my teeth and roll my eyes because mom would be kind to our ex-boyfriends. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? She would be like, no, oh, like sweetheart, I'm checking in on, Jeff and he looks like he's doing so good. And I'm like, Mom, please do not I cannot. We're not talking to each other. And she
Yeah.
always would be like, she would always be like, Hunter, it doesn't matter because guess what? They're also going through heartbreak. Or if it was like someone bullying us, she'd be
Yeah.
like, listen to me. You don't know what's going on with someone at home. And so
Yeah.
now I'm a mom and now
Mhm.
I take that approach too. And I think about that all the time. If someone's being mean or if someone leaves mean comments, which happens all the time, I'm like, okay, this is a mirror and a reflection of something that's going on in their lives, not to me. And so kill with kindness. And mom is the
Right.
perfect example of that. Sometimes to a fact where, Kayla and I will be like, Mom, just get a little riled up. Okay?
I need you to hate them for a minute. I need you to get on the hate train, drink a little
But
extra
she
haterade
won't.
in the dancery, and we need you. But
She won't.
it's not your way,
No.
which is great though.
You could have the opposite, right? Where,
Yeah.
I think it starts with the mom and the
Yeah.
problems at home.
It
and
does.
The comparison
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
all the things that
Yeah.
created
Mom,
the
what about
problems.
you?
Yeah.
What's something that grandma taught you that you live by now?
Well, she taught me to slow down. My mother was big on self-care. She did not ever forget how to take care of herself.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what the circumstances were. My mom would stop and take care of herself first and foremost, because she knew inherently that would help her as a single mother after my father had passed to be the best mother she could be. So she would consistently tell me, slow down, stop. You're going too fast. And, back in my day, we wanted to do everything and we wanted to be everything at that time. Because remember, this is the 70s and the 80s where, you want to be the mother, you want to be the entrepreneur, you want to be all of the things.
Right.
And so she saw that in me. And so she would say, you need to slow down. You need to take those moments now to yourself now that, the kids are a little bit older even. But I think that that lesson rings more true today than it did ever before.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Because
that so much.
I'm able to actually take the time to slow down now. And I don't really have an excuse. It's something that it's a when you get older, you can no longer do the things you did before without the consequences.
That's
Do you
true.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
That comes to skin. It comes to stress, how stress affects skin, your hair, all of it.
Yeah.
So I think you guys know at my age, I'm 67, that, and I haven't had like all the surgeries yet. There's nothing wrong with it. I think they're improving. As a matter of fact, I'm excited for what's to come. I remember somebody said, I'd love to work on somebody that has never had it before because of all the modern things. But in the interim, I got to say, people say, I can't believe your age and that you look kind of more on the youthful side. And I have to say, a lot of that does come with your skin routine and your care. And it has to start at a young age.
Yeah.
It has to start
I think
very, very early.
Putting yourself first is definitely something that
the care.
Yeah. We learned from you and then we learned from grandma. And, she was so big on that. She was like, no, I'm going to take a minute to do my thing. Like, sorry, you guys can wait.
Yeah.
And I feel like that I took that a lot because, you as women, we are expected to like do everything and be everything and put everyone ahead of us. And you do need to like take that time. That's why every night at the same time, every night, I'm like, I'm going up to do my skincare routine.
Well, do you
I don't care what time it is or what day it's going on.
Sit at the table at night before she went to bed and do her routine.
Oh yeah.
It was 8:30. It was, and nobody interrupted her, by the way.
No, we would just sit and watch.
And it would
be like,
and she would be
raptured.
she would be doing her, the way she did it, and she would have all. I was like, I don't have time. At that time, I didn't have time for that. But now, oh my God, I love doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, up until the end too, Mom, where it's like, it's not like she was going out or seeing anyone or doing anything. It was like, but she still was like, I'm going to do it. She always had that white Olay bottle with the black top, old school. I'm like, where'd you even get this? Did you go to like
it was
the
a
60s?
baby pink.
Like it's a baby pink.
Yeah, it's
with the black top.
White. It's not quite white.
It's like pearlescent. Yeah. And I remember always seeing that on her counter and she would do it. And even until the end, it was like, and every caretaker was like, what, your skin is like, it's like a silk. It was like just silk. There was no wrinkles. Yeah. Not near. I had more wrinkles than Grandma had. And it was just amazing. And also, I think that's such a good thing for moms to hear too, as this is our Mother's Day episode, to slow down. And it's not a bad thing to take care of yourself. Like, you're the foundation, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you need to take a moment to have self-care, if that's what fills your cup, if it's meditation, if it's going to get a coffee, Grandma and you have always been big also on treating yourself, right? To the finer things, a fine dinner, a fine piece of chocolate, whatever it might be. Take that time and, utilize it. Can I share some of our followers' responses? I wanted to extend this to our listeners and our followers, and I really enjoyed some of the responses. So do you guys mind if I share them?
No, please. This is my favorite thing.
Okay, my mom, and I want to know your guys' thoughts, because some of them I'm like, no. Okay, my mom was always right about always bring a jacket.
Yeah, definitely. Always.
Although Mom never really told us to bring a jacket, right?
Well, because we lived in Southern California.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember the jacket ever being an issue. I had an issue with it because I didn't wear the jacket or the
probably because we
shoes,
never needed one.
You just don't. Sorry, you guys. It's the sunshine tax that we pay. That also means no jacket.
Yeah,
we just don't.
So
but I feel like because we grew up with like a model lifestyle mom and all that, it was always like, you need to bring extra stuff in your car. Like, make sure you have your shoes, make sure you have the right stuff for your go-sees and for your castings. Like, you were always like, we're big on that. So I feel
a whole
like
wardrobe
kind of in the same, very relatable. I know how you guys just all go to castings, but you know what I mean? Like, to have that whole setup in the back and just to be as prepared as possible,
Yeah.
Boy Scouts.
Completely. Boy Scouts?
Yeah.
Girl
Boy
Scouts.
Scouts always be prepared.
Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
Actions speak louder than words. Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
The days are long and the years are short. I can now say,
yeah.
Well, people used to say that, and I'm like, okay, I get it. And people will be like, oh, time just goes so fast. And I remember being younger and being like, not really. I feel like this year is just like dragging. Now
Yeah.
we're in, I mean, end of April, May. And this is, I feel like I just took down Christmas and we're
Yeah.
halfway through the year.
I
So
know it.
it's
Crazy. That's why you
nuts.
have to make the most of every moment, right? You have to cherish every
Absolutely.
moment
Absolutely.
Yeah.
with your family, right?
Absolutely. With your peeps.
Mom, you're going to
With your
like
peeps,
this
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Don't ever depend on a man for money. My mom proved me right because I got a divorce as a stay-at-home mom. That's one
tough.
thing Mom has always said to us.
Oh
Boy,
yeah,
oh boy,
big
oh
time.
boy.
Big time.
I could have probably put that one up with things my mom was right about and things my
I
mom
could
said. That,
say again back to grandma with that one because she raised me that way at a very young age. And again, we're going to go back to her European sensibilities and values and what it was like from that point of view. Just like you are raising your children, Hunter, with the sensibilities and values you had, she did that with me. And of course, back in those days, that would be very not American.
Yeah.
But in Europe at that time, especially where she was from, that was huge. It was all about be yourself. They were much more independent, and the women were. I don't know what the word is, but there was a certain independence. They all would come out together. There was a community. It was different. It was because the population maybe was 300,000 or less.
Right.
yeah,
You know,
in Iceland is
in
where our
Iceland,
grandmother was
right,
from.
right. So, there was no man or anything to depend on that I ever heard about. And
Right.
now I lost my father at a young age. Now let's say something here. So that also has something to do with the fact that there was no availability for
Yeah.
a dependent on any man.
Right.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
even have known what that meant or understood that because immediately my mom, continued that look, we're not going to lean on anybody. This is not the end of your world because the man is gone or your father's gone. What is the understanding here is that you have to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
You have to be, able to support yourself in this world and don't lean on anybody because
Yeah.
frankly, what happens?
Right.
Even
Yeah.
in the best of relationships, you guys, what if something happens?
Right.
And
Yeah.
you did not gear yourself up for that time. So women, I hope they're not doing that still today, are they?
Well, I think it's a mix of like, yes, you want to have your community and you want to have
Mm.
your people around you, but I think that it's tough if you put yourself in a position where if something were to happen and things do happen, and I feel like we've learned that the thing that you don't think could ever happen in a million years can very well happen. And so when you've gone through that, you kind of realize, oh shit, this is very real and possible. It's like you never want to think that or say that or like have that in your mind,
Yeah.
but it is true. And it is important to be realistic, especially as women in the kind of the world we're living in. But yeah, like you said, it's like you have to be able to be self-sufficient because you just never know what's going to happen.
Right.
And you
Yeah.
should be able to, take care of yourself, but you should be taken care of, but you should also watch out for yourself. At the end
Well,
of
it's
the
like
day.
this girl said. She was like, she proved me right. I got divorced as a stay-at-home mom. And actually,
Yeah,
I got
that's
quite a
true.
few of these that said, don't depend on a man for money. So
Yep.
I
The
also
moms
got a
know.
lot of
Mhm.
everything. Mom was right about everything. So cute. I love that.
Mhm.
Always take your makeup off before bed.
Oh,
Always.
yes.
I don't know if I've ever once
I don't think
in
I
my
ever
life,
have.
not even at my drunkest, not any,
Mm-mm.
like, have I,
Yeah.
I've probably been drunk, a handful of times in my life.
Right. All
Have
6
I
times that you've
ever,
been drunk. Yeah,
yeah,
no.
I've never gone to bed with makeup on. Ever.
Same. But I also
Never,
think
never,
that
never.
has to do, especially if you grew up with acne, and I know there's a lot of us out there.
Yeah.
That was like the one thing that and we've always been really on top of because that's what everything always said. It was like, if you are not taking off your makeup, it's going to lead to breakouts. And it's like, I just became so obsessive about that because I was
Yeah.
like, okay, there's something happening in my body, but also I need to like take care of the outside. And that was like one things that I could really control at that time,
Yeah.
and I still can. And yeah, taking your makeup off is so important.
So glad.
You guys
It's
take it off right now if
so-
you're
Well, what
listening to
happens?
this.
Just think about it. If you leave it on, you're just layering over. It's like, I don't know. Why would you not take it off? Right.
I know.
Well, you're asking for
Hot-
chaos.
Asking for chaos, also hot tip. This is a product that I feel like it's like not even well known with Olay. Is like they have those little melts and they're the
Oh.
easiest to travel with because you throw them in your bag and they're like little tiny squares, like itty bitty
Are they
squares.
Olay?
Yep.
They're Olay, and you put them underwater and it turns into face wash. It's the greatest travel hack
Get
of
out.
all time.
Oh
Yes,
my
I'll have them send you
gosh.
some. Okay,
They're awesome.
You know
experience.
why I like that too? It's your. I'm sorry to interrupt that, but I love that because it's individually wrapped.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so
Well, they're not
you think about your
individually wrapped,
hands.
but they're little like towelettes basically.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they just dissolve
I'm
in
gonna.
I think it's great
Ooh.
for like if you're doing like for festivals or if you're camping too. I think it's really
Yes.
great. Or like I always think about the girly pops at Coachella that are camping
my
right now. And I'm like,
gosh.
how are my
Awesome would that
sisters,
be?
how are my sisters out here keeping it clean? And like I just think that is such a cool option. And
Yeah.
Olay, you guys need to lean into that because it is so
I
cool.
know. Get in
I-
Coachella, get on like a billboard and
Yeah.
be like, girls, we got you. Okay, I'm going to continue on. Mom was always right about we got food at home. Absolutely, except we grew up with a mom who we went out to dinner every
We did
night.
not have food at home.
We had no food at home.
We had food at Chili's.
Yeah.
We had food at
We were an
Mastro's.
ingredient household.
We were an ingredient household. We had mustard. We had mayonnaise.
I'm laughing.
We'd have a prosciutto.
Turkey. Yeah.
We would have
always
a
had
turkey,
prosciutto.
deli turkey, and then that's like pretty much it. And then we would go out to dinner.
Well, why was that?
Because you were working all the time.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
And
you
you
know,
didn't want to come home and cook and have
was-
to do a bunch of
This
dishes.
is exactly why that was. Is because I believed in eating as a family every single night. And you guys knew that. I don't care if I got home at 4 in the afternoon or 10 in the evening.
Yeah.
We were meeting at like Chili's or wherever we were during those times. Now, on alternative nights when I wasn't working, I did throw together a spaghetti.
Of course, yeah.
Oh,
Or
for
spaghetti or,
sure.
things like that.
The
roast
thing
chicken.
is that when you did cook, it was so good and it's still our favorite. It's
Yeah.
just that
You're getting yourself out of it. Right?
no, but no.
No.
But you know it's true.
Uh-huh.
I make the spaghetti that you make all the time, and I'm like,
It's not the
sucks.
same, dude.
this is
It's not
ass.
the same.
This tastes like ass.
I know.
And I makes the same. I do the same ingredients that you
It's
use,
that's so funny.
down to like the
Gosh.
brand
I
of
think
the ground
it
turkey.
has to do with who cooks the item.
I know.
Oh, it
right?
has to
Put
because
love in it.
I'll give my kids their own water bottles and then they still want to drink out of my water bottle. I think it's just
Right.
mom's stuff always tastes better.
Always tastes better.
It always tastes-
Also I now being a mom take that and I'm like, if it's the weekend, if I'm with the kids, you know, I don't want to spend all night cooking and then I'm exhausted by the time we're sitting and then I have to clean up and all this. So if I can, and I know that this is such a luxury to be able to go out to dinner often with my kids, but now I do the same thing where I'm like, oh, let's just
Now,
hang out
am
together.
Should.
I'm sorry for. I did not consider it a luxury, and I know it was. And now that I look back, I do understand that you thought it was a luxury, and it was a gift that we were able to do that. But I consider it a must do.
Yeah.
That we were around the table every night.
Yeah,
and
we did
again,
have to
I can't
eat.
stress the community
guess,
of
yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Being around a table
Yeah.
at night together. What happened today? What did you do today? Etc. Not waiting 3 or 4 days, having fast food sent in, and I don't see you guys and whatnot. So
Yeah.
sorry for taking you out to all those gorgeous meals. I
was
do want to
horrible.
apologize.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Mom.
It's turning into that.
Sorry.
Sorry that you guys
Yeah.
had delicious
And
handmade
while you're at it,
meals.
And
Sorry
by the
for the
way, all
vacation.
of the
Yeah.
all of your friends had that as well.
They
We
would
all
all,
went.
yeah, we were very
I-
popular at that time.
It's very prominent, like part of all my friends will be like, oh my God, I remember it was my favorite part of like growing up was when are we going to get at
Where are you
Chili's
guys-
tonight?
Yeah.
Right.
We need to do a little Chili's collab at this point. Because come on now. We could talk about that lava cake all day long.
Oh
dude.
my
A
God,
Caesar
dude,
salad,
that queso dip.
a Caesar salad and a side of fries
But
and a Diet
just-
Coke. What's better?
I mean,
Okay.
girl dinner.
And I absolutely and you know, Hunter, you do too. As your kids grow up through different seasons of life, you want to cook and have that experience, right? You want to
Yeah.
do the
My kids
egg
don't eat my
thing.
food though, but yeah, they tell
They
me they
don't,
only
right?
want Vivi's food. I literally
Mm.
made Hudson meatballs like that were so bomb, and Brian was like, "These are some of the best meatballs I've ever had." Hudson wouldn't even try them because he was like, he was like only Vivi's meatballs, and then I said, "No, these are Vivi's meatballs. She froze them for me, and I just cooked them."
Oh.
He didn't buy it, so my kids won't eat my cooking anyway.
Right.
Anywho, okay.
Mad about
another
it,
thing.
angry, so
about it.
You know
deeper, a
what?
deeper
When I
thing.
go there and
Deeper issues.
I'm being an after grandma in
Yeah.
the area when I do move there eventually,
Mhm.
I will make sure cooking is a big part of their world.
Get on in
Yep.
it, Grandma.
To get
The kids are going to be like,
To
we have
make up for
9
what you
people
didn't-
making us dinners.
to get up
I
to
know.
give up.
They're gonna be like,
you know,
"What is this? What is this prosciutto wrapped asparagus?" They'd be like,
guys
"What
know.
is this
You were
prosciutto wrapped melon? Like, can we
Right.
have chicken dino
Fancy.
nuggets?"
They
I
just want
actually
dino
had, and I'm not going to
nuggets.
say who, but I did have some partners in different businesses where they did not go with this program and they preferred to just go to drive-throughs for the kids.
Which is
Which
fine.
is
too sometimes.
And just bring
like,
No, this isn't fine. Nuggets
Mama,
or whatever.
it is fine because
hamburger-
there's people who
once
do
a week
that.
is okay, but you don't
Right.
don't
Right.
do that a lot. Like you need to have your family around the table, girls.
Oh, you
Yeah,
mean
but
like
also-
getting the food and then bring it home and just like here, eat in your room,
Right.
And, like see you. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
That's
not necessarily
no,
the
no,
food
go.
itself. It's just like the act of like the. Again, once in a while, it's fine. And if listen, we're all trying to survive out here. I'll tell you that much. But it is
Yeah.
really nice, and I think studies have even shown how important it is for people to eat together at home and to like
For
have
sure.
that time together.
The
And
whole cultures are built on it.
yeah, and everyone is so
Yeah.
busy, especially when the kids get older. It's like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the only time you're gonna see them at one point,
Right.
you know. So
Ladies, I'm gonna keep this ball rolling here,
Let's go.
sisters. I'm gonna go.
Roll
I'm
those
gonna
balls,
I'm gonna
girl.
share a few more, and then we're gonna move on to the next segment because we're already running out of time, if you can believe.
Can
Okay,
we
I'm gonna
cut
kind
it
of go
so
through
it's
these.
in the right time.
Yeah, we could, but you know what? We like to just get really.
Real.
We like to be
We
real
like to get
raw
real.
with it.
Yeah, we like to be raw as heck, dude. Okay. When people show you who you are, believe them. You have
Who
to
they
eat
are,
crow
yeah.
sometimes in
Mhm.
business.
Yep.
The older I get, I realize that damn lady knew damn near everything. Love it.
A damn lady knew damn near everything.
And hopefully
Um,
she's alive that you could tell her that.
Yeah.
And if she's not,
Yeah.
still tell her.
Yeah.
Right?
Still tell
Because you
her.
know what? Tell her because she wants to hear
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
you.
well, mommy, you knew everything. If something has been around forever and still is, there's a reason for it. Olay.
Olay. Thank you.
That is the
Hello.
perfect tie-in because it's true. There's a reason that it's been around for so long. There's a reason it's a tried and true product. There's a reason they've been so successful and people have seen clinical results. There's a bunch more, but I'm going to cut it at this one because this is one that mom told us all the time growing up. Don't cut my hair. Mom hates when we cut our hair.
Mom hates when I cut my hair into a bob. It's
I
a nightmare.
know.
And I love to do it like every 5 to 6 years. I just chop it all off. And then I grow it all
Just-
back out and I'm like, oh, this does look good.
Just to feel
No.
something.
I think it's just because your hair is just, I don't know, it's just gorgeous. And I just love it long. And
I wonder if it's because you're a mom and like the thought of like Hudson or Ava wanting to cut their hair. I'm like,
Right.
don't cut your beautiful hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
cried when
I
Eva
can
got her
cut-
haircut. Yeah.
right, exactly. Like I can understand as a
you had
parent.
hair down to your butt when you were almost.
Now I have
what,
hair
3?
in my butt.
Let's not go back to the butt hair.
Now
the
I have
nose
hair
You
going
have hair.
out of-
You have hair in your
My
butt.
hairs
I
are
have hair in
connecting.
my Olay from my
Right.
husband. There's a lot of hairy things going on here. Mom,
Sure.
question. Is there anything that, like, when you were modeling and growing up, was there anything that models did or that you did when it comes to beauty, skincare, hair, whatever it might be, that would be like a beauty hack? Like, I know that you used to say like you'd go out in rollers. Is there anything with like skincare? Just give us a little bit.
Gosh, let's see. I know skincare was really important because
Because makeup and like
artists-
full faces weren't really like, you guys weren't doing full face makeup back in the day. You were very kind of what they call quote unquote granola, come
Very
as you are.
And
Yeah.
a makeup artist would go to your skin and start putting makeup on, and they would know. They would say, "You're dry." Or you're
Yeah.
not using something, it's not feeling well the way your skin is feeling. So I knew right away to use the right moisturizer because that's the foundation. It
is.
dictates what
Yeah.
the layers are going on top of it.
Everything.
And not to be like, consistently talking about the skincare product, but it is so important to put it on first before you do the makeup.
And let
yeah.
it sit in.
and
Let it sit.
let it sit in. Let it almost bake in and sort of
Yeah.
be the platform or
The
to
hero.
your makeup and the foundation and all of that. So that is what I really learned, not only by what they said, but I was like, oh my gosh, I just am not attending to this detail.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
caring for yourself, attending to the details, and using the right cream.
I love that.
And you always had, I look back at modeling photos of you and it's amazing to see how incredible your skin was because there's no Photoshop. Like, it wasn't a day and time where you had Facetune and Photoshop and all of these things.
No, that
It
was why
was
it was
just
even more important. There was no
Yeah.
retouching. But
No
excuse me,
retouching.
you could get retouched through a service. It took about 3 weeks.
Right. It was like a long process.
Yeah.
Now we can just do it quickly on our phones. But,
Right. But it wasn't
And
something
it was expensive, right? To do.
Yeah. Like if you did one photo for like your portfolio, for example, and you wanted to retouch a little bit, it was probably about, I would say it was about $100 or so to have that one.
Can you
photo.
imagine? That's like
Yeah.
crazy.
But even to get the photo took 2 to 3 weeks to even
Right.
see
Yeah.
the damn photo. So meantime, that's kind of cool in a way where, it was a time where you had to wait.
Yes.
You couldn't rush. You couldn't be on like you couldn't. Well,
You couldn't get
if
your
we go-
photos the same day like we do, like
Let's
where you
say
take behind the
today
scenes.
with AI,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
you could literally, it's I Dream of Jeannie. You could go like this and open it up, and then there's your beautiful photo. Right.
It's me at Artemis. It's me on Artemis too, up there with them.
Right.
Right.
That was
No,
me.
literally.
You?
It was me. I was also
Floating
there.
The
around.
lost
The unsung
astronaut.
hero. I was in the back. Yeah, I was. kept trying to get in the photos, but there would be something floating in the way. Kind of Mike Wazowski style, where like I was like, oh, I'm here
100%.
too. And it was right. It was like a computer, like
Yeah,
a
no one
floating
seemed to
laptop.
talk about you.
No
What a
one's
bummer,
talking about
dude.
how I was a
Not
part
yet.
of that.
Not yet.
Not yet, but I think that they will now.
You have a way of surfacing.
I was like this. It was like this. A jar of Olay in my face, and then that's the photo
Yep.
that got taken.
Orbiting, dude. Next episode is just Olay
Us
X model
orbiting.
citizen X space.
Wouldn't it be cute? All of
Um,
us in space with just everything like floating
Very
around.
Katy
us.
Perry,
Yes,
like
that
looking at
really would be
the
cute.
daisy.
And then the astronaut had talked about a product on there, and we'd be like, "Who's got the Olay Regenerist?
Yeah, literally, dude. And
I
I'm not
love
even
it.
kidding you.
Who's got the microsculpting cream?
No, let me just tell
Okay.
you. I just have to say, you guys, like, if we're going to talk about that, this is what I'm
Yes.
bringing.
Oh my god, I
The
love
super
that.
serum is what I am bringing to space.
Please.
This
Please.
is
Stop it,
For all of
the-
us.
But
this,
do this with this over it and top that one.
of course. But I'm just saying, like, there is something about this serum. This is like their 5-in-1, basically. It's their super serum. And it's literally like perfect for skin texture. It evens your tone, it firms, smooths your lines, it hydrates. But this,
I mean, you're using it and it looks so good.
thank you.
I want
know.
everyone to.
My face is literally
if you're
glowing.
watching. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
watching this, you guys know I have the hands of a carpenter, right? We talk about it. You can see
Yes.
the dryness in my
Well,
hands
Honey,
here.
You mean
is-
Jesus?
Jesus, you and Jesus.
You mean Jesus?
What? Me and Jesus, carpenters. But here's the thing. I put some on the back. Look at
Isn't that
this.
lovely?
Watch. If you guys aren't,
This is perfect
Um,
for, this is
on-
great for an audio medium.
this is great for an audio only podcast. No, if you guys aren't, we put a video, but look at this. Look at this. The hands are
Those little
young now,
gorge.
guys. Can I just
Yeah,
say
they're young.
also
They're
one
youthful.
thing that mom taught us is don't waste your skincare because mom will literally put the skincare, she'll put it down the neck, down the decolletage, on the hands.
Oh,
Mhm.
That bitch will be putting it everywhere.
Absolutely.
You
And then at
understand?
the end, you can take a little water and shake it up.
That's right.
And then you just
really get your
I
product
oh,
out.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I have one of those
Yep.
scrapers that
Do
you
you
can
have-
put in the things so you can
Yeah.
scrape
I
all
used
your
to actually
product
take
off.
the little
Well-
popsicle sticks.
Yes.
And
oh my
I would
God,
dig
yeah.
things
I mean-
out, those little
You can just use popsicle sticks. I don't know why I never thought about that.
God bless, because last time I was at mom's house, this poor woman, I go into her bathroom and I'm like, can I use some of your products? I get in her Olay jar and I'm not even kidding you. And Lindsay, if you're listening, you can vouch for this, who's with Olay. The woman had it's like none left and she was like using one of those little sticks and I was like, Mom, first of all, like you could go and buy this at like a CVS, like you just go. And I texted a photo to Lindsay and I was like, for the love of God, send overnight this woman
And
some
they
Olay
did.
because
and they did. Thank
And they
you.
did. Because I was horrified. I was like,
bless
Mom,
them, 'cause that
go
was
to
incredible.
get more. Like you
Yeah.
are using
You were
every
just
last
using every last drop, which
Well,
also
drop.
I
I
love.
know. Which like we
Yes.
love.
You
We're
know
not
what?
a
You
wasteful
have to
queen.
understand the value
Yeah.
of today's
Yeah, that's true.
mentality. It's just, throw it away. This is precious stuff to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you have
Okay.
a really beautiful product, it's precious.
It is.
Precious. Okay, I'm going to do one last question and then I'm going to do one quick round of hot or not and then we're going to wrap it up here. Okay, what is one thing Mom and Michaela and me that you grew up believing that actually wasn't true?
Mm.
I'm gonna
Okay,
go
Hunter, you
first.
go first.
Okay. For me, and I'm sure probably all of us, is that we had to be a certain size in order to be successful. I
Right.
think that I grew up believing that until I figured out, wait a minute, I can make my own way here and I can do it different than someone has done it before me. And a lot of times people, ask me, oh, your mom was a model, like, but she obviously wasn't a plus size model. Was there pressure on you during that time? And was she hard on you about your body? And I'm like, no, never. If anything, my mom, I never thought I was anything more than absolutely perfect and beautiful in every single way because my mom, so when people would tell me, oh, I had to lose weight, I'd be like, wait, what? My mom never said anything. Like
Right.
Kayla and I always talk about this on the podcast. We thought we could go and like slay dragons. We were like, why wouldn't we? Our mom said we could do it. Like, what?
Right. Well, we thought that that was so true. And so when we went out in the world, we realized, wait,
there's others that
there's like this
differently.
weird like thought process that like our bodies aren't perfect the way they are. It was
Yeah.
shocking, I feel like, to us to hear the other side of it.
I'm so sorry about that too.
No, it was wonderful. It was great that you gave us so much confidence.
You gave us the confidence.
And then it was the world that we went out and that was
I
like,
know,
you
that's
need to
sad,
feel a
though,
certain
that
way.
the
No, it's so sad.
The world treats you a certain way. Even though you're a mother, you're instilling these things.
Yeah.
And that your children go out in the world and they have to be like, even today, the comments and so forth. And I'm so glad you guys don't listen to those comments because we all know they come from those people that I used to warn you about, the ones that are going through terrible things and terrible times. And they only have that to leash out at.
Yeah.
And so, but it's hard to hear that I do not look at that body or the body as it were collectively for all of us in the way we are shaped as the way a beauty industry, perfection should be. Now, in my time, I was 117 pounds, as you guys know, and they were sending me to the figure salon to lose more weight. And like I said to you the other day, I said, you can only, like, how can you shrink a bone? Like,
Right.
you can only be so skinny and so thin or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a lot of it back in my day. And certainly I was considered curvy back in those days.
Right.
Very curvy.
Which is
Yes.
wild.
And so
You were
I
what,
was
a size
always,
2?
huh?
You were like a size 2, 4.
I was about
Miss Big.
Well, you know what? They
Yeah.
measured you.
Okay, big girl.
Okay, Miss Big.
Oh, yeah, but I know you would.
That's how it was, though.
That's how it truly was.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's how it truly was. So yeah, when I saw you guys and I thought about Wade and all that stuff, I was just like, God, they're so gorgeous. And just make the clothes a little bigger. They're 6 feet. Like that was my attitude towards it all. And the fact that we have not come further along and we're still talking about this even today is a shock to me.
Something mom always said to us growing up is, let's say together, what is it when people talk about weight? It's
boring.
Now, I have been all weights, by the way. I've been, I've had 3 children. So, I've been big and small. I've been all the things, but I definitely am so proud of both of you for standing on this and standing during a time where not only was it not popular, you just didn't listen to it. You just powered through the thing. And I'm so proud of both of you for doing that and really taking that stand and the integrity of keeping to, your, what you feel to be true. It's so important. It's a legacy, really. It's a legacy lifestyle that you choose to live by doing the right thing. And if people want to go out there and hurt each other with the talk about the bodies and all that, again, just don't forget, they're so hurting so much and so much hurt out there that we could just be prayerful that maybe they too can find a way to, find some happiness and peace.
Mom,
So.
you think a word from our sponsor? Do you think, Mom, that Kayla and I living unapologetically in our body helped you live more unapologetic in your body?
Absolutely, 100%. I think that is really true. I mean, you guys have been great teachers to me. Some of my greatest teachers are both of you. I think that even though I knew at one time that the body perfect stuff was sort of dead. I mean, it was like, nobody's going to come in and rescue anybody. We're all going to have to wear men's suits forever. When I literally was pregnant with Michaela and you, and you.
And me.
And you.
Michaela and you, the other daughter.
I was so large, like it was like, and then tiny. I was so large that I just didn't even know what to do with you almost felt like you weren't even a person.
Right.
So I'd go into the drugstore, into the men's department, and I would get men's suits because I thought, well, I always liked to dress.
As she's wearing literally a blazer right now.
I always liked that sort of
literally.
male-female thing, you know.
Right.
So I didn't mind the
Very
suit.
androgynous.
I didn't mind the suit.
Right.
But it was like, there was nothing else, honest to God. There was
Yeah.
nothing.
Mom there in
else.
a zoot suit, pregnant as a year.
Oh, suit.
Just a suit 8 times too big
Mom's
for her.
there.
But you can
No,
imagine, like, I
literally.
had been literally, you know, I've had the very, very Barbie-ish kind of figure to that. And you know what? Happiness has nothing to do with that. It has to do with just your family, being together,
Yeah.
being with you guys, being with your kids, loving your family up as much as you can.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely. I think that the thing that I learned is that it wasn't true is the idea of perfection. I think I grew up thinking that like you had to be a level of perfection. But then I started to learn that actually having flaws and like having struggles and things and being honest about that. And I feel like that's what the podcast has really helped with me. That's like where the sweet spot is with people, you know, that's like where you see, so like you see yourself reflected in people, you see your struggles reflected in people, you feel included, there's community there.
Yeah.
I think that was something that was like just made very clear to me, especially over the last, I'd say like 5-6-ish years, you know, where I was really hard on myself about doing everything and being everything and being perfect at everything I did. And then I was just like, wait, but like, I like when people are honest about their stuff. And I like when people show that they're, you know, the missteps or their flaws or something. Mm-hmm. It just makes them more human, makes them more relatable. And it just makes you feel less alone. So
yeah. And that's what I love about the podcast world that you guys are in now. I mean, what an opportunity,
right?
What a platform to be able to be authentic, to reach women in a different way.
Right. The model citizen universe.
It sure is. And
what
a universe
We're not
is.
stopping here. And Mom, what about you?
What was the question?
Wow. Is there anything that you grew up believing that wasn't true?
Oh my gosh.
I know we kind of touched on, you know, some of the big ones that I know that you can echo as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big one because remember, and I hate to be that, you know, I grew up in the 70s and the 80s kind of gal, but it's true. And so we had a lot of issues. Mm-hmm. Women had a lot of issues. I mean, think about it. When I bought my first house, I was modeling.
Yeah.
And I was only 19 or 20. Mm-hmm. And the bank had never seen like a young girl come in and buy a house before. I was like, I didn't understand it.
Right.
You know, I didn't understand why we were so behind as far as
well, women couldn't have credit cards. They couldn't have their credit cards until 1970 something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but my mom never told me this.
Right.
She didn't say, Brenda, you're compromised. You're not going to be able to. She just didn't. I just went forward as if
she probably just believed that you could do it.
She did.
She was like, the law may not be on your side.
The woman could manifest like a mother,
queen of manifestations. Yeah, absolutely.
She really could manifest and did. And so the confidence that she instilled in me is the same confidence that I think has been instilled in you guys.
Yeah.
Through her, through me, and your whole family and your father as well, right? He's a very confident person 100%. As well, and a big entrepreneur and a dreamer. We were both big dreamers.
Yeah.
And at that time, you know, it was a great time. We had a lot of fun raising you guys, but it was difficult.
Yeah.
It was a difficult journey for women at that time.
You need a little delusion in order to really get places in the world. I feel gotta be a little.
It's true though, and I feel like we have so much delusion in our family. I feel like we literally
dude. We're like, we're just gonna start a podcast, and like here we are 5 years later.
I don't think I never thought it was delusional.
Delusion.
And that's what I don't understand.
Delusion,
oh, well, I couldn't do that. Why?
Yeah, why not?
Well,
why
that's
not you? You always say that. You're like, why not you?
Why not you?
And why not you, listener? Why not you, babe?
Exactly.
And why not you, listener? We will be your parent. Okay, ladies, before we wrap this up, I'm going to do a fire round of hot or not. Mom, you guys are going to answer what's hot, what's not. How we're going to do it is I'm going to say it. Michaela, you're going to say hot or not. Mom, you're going to say hot or not. And then I will. Okay, ready?
Okay. Do we say it at the same time?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Layering your products or keeping it simple?
Keeping it simple.
I think keeping it simple between the two.
I think
can
layering.
Okay, so
Okay.
you would say like the serum
Hot. I would say hot.
hot. Yeah, I agree. I
Hot.
actually
Okay,
agree with you.
AI taking over. Hot or not?
Hot.
Not. I don't like it.
I love it.
Not. I know mom loves
I
it.
think
just
it's your
like-
generation loves it though because it's like
We get to
helped-
learn.
You could do anything.
Yeah,
more.
you do. You
Yeah,
do. Though,
that
and I
is
understand
true.
that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
It is true.
learning that
But
is.
back to layering the products, can I say something
Yes.
about the simplicity of the products?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
true. When the
problem
products
that
are
I
simple
had-
and good.
Yeah. The problem that I used to have is when you went to the department store and saw 48 products. And so layering meant it was going to cost you about $6,000.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Keep it simple with the few products is
Yeah.
how I think
Yeah.
it should be done.
Love that.
Okay, aging naturally or chasing trends? Hot
I
or
think
not?
aging
Cha-
hot to age naturally. I
Aging
think.
naturally,
I think-
yeah.
And we talked about this on a podcast episode a couple ago where we got to start embracing aging better. You know, as
Ageism
women.
is
Yeah.
the next.
Yeah,
I
we
think
gotta
it's
move.
going to be the next big thing.
We
And a
need
lot of my
to
friends
move on
say, when are
from-
you going to start talking about ageism and
Mhm, mhm,
addressing that? You know, for those of us that aren't going to go into, you know,
right.
the world of changing our structure, our faces, et cetera,
Sure.
through
Yeah.
surgery.
Sure. Well, chasing trends is bad. I gotta say,
Yeah.
because you don't want to change your face to match like whoever's the hot person at the time, and then like 5 years later, it's a whole different. And then what? We're going back.
And we're seeing that happen though.
like Mr. Potato Head. We got like we're taking off this eye and putting on a different eye and like different
Yes.
lips. It's like, what are we doing, guys? It's gonna be a
Yes.
constant chase. So you
We're
know, just
seeing it
embrace that.
happen.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, ice rolling. Hot or not?
Hot. I like an ice roll. I do.
Okay. I think not. I think it's too much. Like it's like
Okay.
I just too much.
But don't you just like love an ice roll
No, I
after you've had like a
love-
night? You know what I mean? You know,
I
you
just don't
guys
think it
know what I
does anything.
mean. I feel like it does a little bit for me under my eyes. Like if I do a little ice, like patting, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like it actually does like help me deep up. But I have a very puffy face when it comes to like, you know what I mean? Like if I'm a lot of salt and all of that. You guys know what
I
I'm
hear ya.
talking about. You know what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
men having easier skincare routines than us.
Not hot. Don't love that. But we just need to catch up with them and have
Oh, look
easier
at
skincare.
Brian. He's the.
They wash their face with Dawn soap and look incredible. Also, by the way, that's Martin. But then
Not
Brian
my
also
husband,
has
dude.
a
My
lot of
husband has
skincare.
a
I know your
my
husband has a
husband
better
has
skincare routine than all of us.
dude. My husband's cabinet. I'm not joking. I should.
Mhm.
What we should be doing is having Brian on this podcast talking about Olay because the man is
Clearly-
using every
clearly
product under the
dipping
sun.
into all of the
Brian is like the
products.
king of. He must just absolutely love.
Oh my gosh!
that
When I
his
go
wife
to
is
their
a-
house and I use their bathroom, it's just like, oh my god, I'm
It's
like
50% men's stuff and 50%
Yes.
women's. It's
and I
crazy.
just love it because and Hunter has all the products,
Yeah.
of course, all the Olay products. You have all the hair products that I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah, I know.
So
all
it's
the
just like
things.
sitting in there and having so much fun. But anyway,
And if you ask me, I'm like, "Oh, I don't have anything. Okay, TikTok advice or your mom's advice?
Your mom's advice is hot.
Your mom's advice is hot.
It's tried and true.
I think I should
That's
be on
right.
TikTok giving advice.
I couldn't agree
I
more.
agree,
with you.
Mom.
Actually.
I really
I
do.
agree.
I
There's
think it would be.
there's that guy that's like the TikTok dad.
Yeah.
And he shows people like how to change their tires and like how to like find studs in the wall and like
Right.
all this stuff that like if your dad wasn't able to teach you or your mom or parents weren't able to teach you, I'm here.
Like
I feel like you could
hacks.
do that.
Yeah.
You could
We used to
totally
have
do
it-
that.
Yeah.
We used to have back, you know, in the day, it was like a Dear Ann, Dear
Right.
Ann
Yeah.
Landers. They had these where you would ask and answer.
Ann
kind of thing.
Landers.
Like,
They're
hello,
looking
God,
now.
it's me, Margaret.
Yes.
Just
Hello,
kidding.
God, it's me, Margaret.
Okay, last one. Rich creams or thin, watery creams? Like more thin or
I like a rich cream.
Yeah, me too.
Always a rich cream.
I just
Okay,
like,
well then
yeah.
y'all will love the Olay
Mhm.
Regenerous Micro Sculpting Cream. And that's what I'll say about that. Ladies, it was a pleasure, if you can believe our times. Our time is not only up, but we went over. This was a special episode. And
so much
We
fun,
had to sock it
guys.
to you for Mother's Day.
we really had to sock it to you in one way or another, Mom.
Love you guys
we
so
love
much.
We're gonna
you.
sock each other.
We're going to
Thank you for
sock
having
it.
me.
No.
Love
Very
you,
proud
Mama.
of
Love
you.
you, sister. Proud of you,
Love
Mama.
you guys.
And
love
you
all
have
of our
always been
listeners.
right. You've always been right. If
What can I
I'll
say?
be damned. Thank you again, Olay, for sponsoring this video. Go and check out their products. Again, the Super Serum is one of our tried and trues. And of course, the Olay Regenerist cream is like microsculpting cream is just has been in our lives for, I would say, 20 years. It's just incredible. So
Mhm.
thank you and happy Mother's Day to all if you
you.
celebrate. And if not, then just happy day. We love
And
you. We
also,
thank you
I
for
wanna
being
s-
here.
Can I say one last thing to those
No.
that are
Yeah, you can.
Of
that-
course.
for those on Mother's Day
Yes.
that are either without somebody that they want to be with?
Yes.
I just want to say that I pray for you guys. I know that sometimes this is a hard day. It's a hard day for me too.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. It's a
But-
hard time.
Yeah, but I pray for everybody and that you all have a beautiful Mother's Day.
Oh.
It's so good to be with you both.
No, we're so
Oh,
grateful
it wouldn't be a
for
podcast
you.
without our mom crying, you guys.
Of course.
We
Someone's
love
got to
you,
cry.
Mommy. Someone's, if
Love
it's
you
not
guys
me,
so
it's going to be mom.
Right.
know.
It's going to be one of you two.
Well, you guys
It's
get
gonna
the
be one.
tears and the empathy from me, but
Right,
I
of
can't. I
course.
can't keep it in all the time.
I know.
No,
You know what?
no.
You shouldn't.
But it's
And we're going to get
especially-
you a shot after this.
Okay.
A shot of tequila.
Can we bring in the shot of tequila? It's like the end of the Real Housewives reunions when they're just like
I know,
all
and
sitting
it's
there with
just going to
their
be a hot
lemon drop
Chippendale.
martinis.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
Exactly.
you so much.
Love you
All right.
guys.
Love you
Mwah.
guys. Thanks for listening. We will see you guys next
Thank
week.
you, Olay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch a new episode of Model Citizen every Thursday. And please don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss any of the action. We want to hear from you. So please leave a rating and review and follow us on socials for all the behind the scenes action at Hunter McGrady and Michaela McGrady. And don't forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are capable of doing all wonderful things. Bye, guys.